Well, let's go just to last night's game. One of the things with contending teams that you get with storybook seasons, with anything else, is you get unexpected guys to step up. And in baseball, if you have a 1-0 game, you look at last night's game, that was the case with the Pirates, isn't it?
Oh, it sure was. I mean, you're looking there in the 7th inning and talking to my little boy and saying, I don't know how we're going to win with just 2 hits. But James McDonald just stepped up, and it was like all season. It's not been just one person. I saw your poll on Twitter this morning, but Clint Hurdle says everybody's throwing something in the bucket. And you look at that Pirates lineup last night, Butch, it was, had McCutchen in center, Jones in right, Overbay on first, Walker at second. Those are the only guys that were even on the opening day roster. So it's crazy what they're doing, and Pittsburgh's really enjoying it, that's for sure.
Well, last time we had you on, Tom, you took us beyond the numbers and gave us some insight into the good starting pitching that the Pirates had. We also talked about Clint Hurdle and his effectiveness as a manager, a guy who, has seen it all in baseball as the phenom, cover of Sports Illustrated, a guy who went to the World Series as the manager of the Rockies, knows National League baseball, and now is leading this young Pirates team. One of the things I'd like to focus on today are 3 of the guys who, again, if people aren't looking at this, they're as good as any nucleus in baseball. You look at Andrew McCutchen and what he's done. He got a chance to go to the All-Star game. You look at Neil Walker, an emerging potential star for the Pirates at second base. And you look at what Ronnie Cedeno has done this year. Let's start with each of those guys. Let's start with McCutchen. Again, there's no questions about McCutchen being real. I guess the only question with him is why or why won't he keep up what he's done so far for the rest of this year?
I think he will. He's in an 0 for 17 slump right now. But they're winning without him. He's still a leader. Had the big RBI last night on the infield single. He had 2 RBIs like that in this series, and that's been enough actually to let him win. Catches. He's a leader. Saved the game on Sunday with a great catch. When he starts hitting again, I would really guess that will probably be this afternoon against Cueto. He's hit him rather well over his career.
And as far as Neil Walker, is he one of the best players in baseball that nobody knows anything about?
I think so. Walker is one of the most unpretentious players. He's doing this right in his hometown, too, which is even just adds to the whole story for the Pirates. Really good in the clutch. I don't know. A lot of people don't believe in clutch. I tend to believe in it when I see it. At a big double last night. Would have been in trouble if it wouldn't took a little bad bounce, but has 4 errors on the season. He's getting it done at second base. He never played second base until middle of last year. So the kid's getting it done. He's not afraid to put in all the work. One of the hardest working guys on the team. But you'll be hearing more about him. His average is really climbing. I think it's climbed like 20 points in the last couple of weeks, starting to hit from the right side better too, which is really important for the Pirates.
Well, I look at him, and I am a fantasy baseball player. I make no bones about it. So it still keeps me involved at the game at my age. And I wouldn't, if I wasn't playing fantasy baseball, especially with 3 daughters approaching teenage years, I wouldn't be paying attention to Neil Walker and other players. But so I'm making an excuse why I know about him. But last year he established himself as a major leaguer. He didn't play 150 or 60 games. He played 110. But now he's an everyday player. And even as you said, he just raised his average only to 277. But I guess my question about him is, what can't he do? He's not going to steal you 50 bases, but he can run the bases. He can hit for power. He can hit for average. He can work counts. He's a good defensive player. I mean, again, this guy is a potential emerging star in baseball, isn't he?
Yeah, he really is. I was lucky. I got to watch the All-Star game with him where I work. Came up with his fiance. He really knows the game. He's a student of the game. He can tell you about every pitcher that's out there, what they're going to do. I think he just works harder than a lot of the players in the league. He has incredible natural ability, first-round draft pick, all that good stuff. But he's had a lot of injuries coming up and suffering a little bit of back injury now. But the guy just works harder than everybody else and wants it more, I think, because he knows what it means to the city. And that he can't say enough about that. The kid's seen good baseball when he was coming up. He's real young, but he's seen much more bad baseball. He doesn't want to be a part of that stuff anymore.